We ready,
We
girl?
are live. We are
Okay, here we go. Come on, y'all. Come on and celebrate. I'm celebrating the inauguration. I don't care what
Honey, yes. Hey, Francine. Moving on up.
y'all. Happy Friday,
Friday.
Oh man, I had to play that. I'm sorry. When I was thinking about what to play for today, I was like, we got to do the moving on up because.
Honey, yes, that was like the whole vibe. Honey, that's been a vibe of the week.
Exactly.
Vibe of the week.
The
How is
original
everybody?
is out of the White House. Hallelujah, Jesus.
Honey, we never have to say he's the BAN no more. Well, I don't know.
You know.
Right. Hey, Sierra. Hey, Francine. How are you today, lady?
What's up,
I'm
y'all?
Go ahead and start my watch party. Carrie's having some technical difficulties, y'all. So hopefully she can pop back, and y'all know how we are in this whole new vein of social media and things. So hopefully she can back on here in a second. What's up, Saeed? How you doing?
Hello. How are y'all? Listen, did y'all get down? Did y'all celebrate with us for a minute? Because I tell you, I don't care what you feel about what's going to happen for the future. Let us just celebrate now. Let's just take a moment because we survived the motherfucker in the White House. And yes, I said it, honey. We survived. Good evening, Marcy. How you doing, girl? What's up, y'all?
Oh, man, honey. He is gone. Like, he is gone. Never to have to worry about him or see his own.
I ain't even going to say rest in peace. I ain't even going to say good riddance. I ain't going to say none of that because I hope you get all that's coming for you. I really do. Like, with the force of the ancestors, I hope that, like, all the justice, I hope that New York comes to get your ass, all of it.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely. That it is all served. Yes. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Deetra. Hey, Marcy.
What's up, y'all?
Happy Friday. How is everybody feeling?
Yeah.
How y'all feeling about the inauguration this week? Leave us a word in the comments. Francine said, speak.
Listen. I gotta say, I watched it with a little bated breath. Like all day I was watching it, and all day I just kept thinking that something stupid was gonna happen.
I did too.
I
did too. I was scared. Yeah. I was definitely a little like,
Girl, when they was walking out and they were announcing all the people, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later, but as they were saying all the names, I was like, please God, don't let nothing happen. Oh, please God, don't let nothing happen.
I know. I was like, girl, I watched too many movies where it'd be a sniper in a hotel across the way. And then just at the right time, honey, the bullet go like, I was like, no, I don't want no mess. I don't want no mess. So we made it through. Nobody got killed. Everybody's act. And Donald Trump is on a plane where he should be, far away from.
They should have put his ass on the Greyhound bus, okay?
They really should have.
With a ticket to nowhere. No, a ticket to Venezuela. So, go somewhere.
One of them Venezuelan prisons, honey.
Yeah, but also all the places that you malign, go there so they can kick your behind. Because I wish you could just
what they do the torture practices, honey.
Okay. Lord have
oh my God. And I don't want to, listen, I need my karma to be intact. I ain't trying to wish nothing bad on nobody. But
right.
But it's hard. Can't they just do the little Chinese water torture or something?
Listen, and this is the thing about Trump. And then, y'all, we're not going to talk about Trump the whole episode. That's what we're not going to do.
That's what we're not going to do.
But here's the thing about Trump and all them entitled ass white people. If I really punched you in your face, you wouldn't be able to deal with it. Trump couldn't handle a fight, okay?
He really
couldn't handle a fight with an 80-year-old grandmother. So that's the thing. It's like, These people
He's
are
all
all
talk.
bluster and no bite. He couldn't kick nobody's
Absolutely.
ass.
He really couldn't. And he don't really want it.
Mm-mm.
But honey, that opening song was everything. Oh man. Well, hey everybody in the comments. Hey Jafoki. Hey Teeny. Hey Ryan. We appreciate y'all hanging with us on this here Friday. Hope y'all had a beautiful week. Hope y'all feeling okay about everything that's going on in the country, and maybe you're feeling a little more at peace, and maybe some good things are going to be happening in the future. Carrie is having some technical difficulties. She did pop on for a second, but then it cut back out. So I will definitely add her in if she can get some good service. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Yeah. But we have the dopest guest today. I'm so excited to introduce her in a little bit. But before, I see we got about 21 folks watching, so that's really dope. We want to ask each of y'all to start a watch party and keep sharing. Like the SIP, we trying to do big things this year, okay? So we appreciate y'all week after week coming on here, rocking out with us, having conversation with us. And so you guys are going to enjoy our guests today and our show.
Yes. And what are you sipping on, Neek? What you drinking, girl?
Honey, it's a Tito's night. Shout out to Gigi.
Come on.
We had Gigi on the show a couple weeks ago, and Gigi got lit. Okay. And Gigi was drinking the Tito's. So I'm actually in Kentucky, y'all. I am streaming from Kentucky today. I am on the East Coast. My father came home from rehab this week after having his stroke. So I'm gonna dedicate this cup to him. Amen. And my nephew went to the store last night and got me some Tito's, honey. And I got some cran apple. And I'm gonna feel good at the end of this show. What you sipping on?
Girl, that sounds good. Listen, I've been slipping on my sipping for like the past.
Slipping on my sipping. Ooh, that was funny.
Okay. Because I honestly, I'm drinking kombucha, y'all. I started to get some alcohol, but then I have to practice Zumba tonight because I have my class tomorrow. So I was like, I'm not going to be able to work out after I have some alcohol. So I'm sipping on some kombucha, but it's good, girl. It's good.
And kombucha is good. And don't they say if you drink enough of it, it's like fermented mushrooms or something and it gives you a little buzz?
I bet so. I mean, I've only had a bottle, but I could experiment and see if that's true. I got to get me some more kombucha.
And for everybody watching, our lovely Rajulari is teaching a Zumba class tomorrow. She is killing it. She is the founder of Black Girl Fit Club, and she teaches Zumba twice a week. If y'all looking for some workouts, it's 2021. You need some stress relief. You need to get your weight loss plan in check. Please go look for Black Girl Fit Club and sign up for her Zumba class tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay?
Thank you, sis.
Somebody said what brand is that? You're welcome. Somebody said what brand is your kombucha?
This is Health Aid Kombucha, and I love this one. It's the pomegranate one. They also have one that tastes like bubbly, which I really love.
Nice.
Ever since I've become vegan, and also ever since I had bad lap band surgery, I'm all about the probiotics. And Nick, you always talk to me too about good probiotics.
Good probiotics, yes.
So listen, we trying to do it healthy and good up in 2021. So
that's right.
Take care of your abdomen, ladies.
Absolutely. I feel like Carrie might be in the building. Let me
come on, sis.
Carrie, you with us?
Hey!
What's up, fam? What's up? I'm sorry, technical difficulties in the time of Rona.
Listen, but you made it.
We made it. Yes. I heard y'all talking about the probiotics.
Yes, listen, I'm trying to get my kombucha life together.
All day, every day.
Honey, yes. What you sipping on? Are you sipping on anything today? I know you on the go tonight.
Why?
Not tonight. I'm sorry, but I
no, you good.
In my heart,
I have
a
sip for you.
I'm having some tequila. Yes, thank you. Please.
You slipping on your sipping, sis. You slipping.
Oh, that needs to be a T-shirt.
It does. Exactly.
Slipping on your sipping. Slipping on your sipping. Oh my God, hilarious.
What you sipping on, Nick?
How you feeling this week, Carrie?
I mean, I'm good. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm feeling good. We made it. We got the fascist, the outright fascists out of the White House. So
Jesus.
thank God for that. And now we gotta continue to hold their feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying? This new administration, make sure we push. But definitely, I heard y'all talking about we gotta celebrate, and I'm definitely here for that. So I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Awesome.
So I know we have some sisters in power that we want to share.
Yes, but before we do, we wanted to remind everybody about our Patreon. Thank you all so much who have supported us already. Steffi, who's one of our Patreons. Jillian, who's one of our Patreons, and other people who have supported us. Please definitely go there. And if you guys remind me, I'll share the link later. Nick, if you can share the link, I wish I had it.
Yes, definitely. It's just patreon.com/the SIP podcast. And I will definitely put it up so y'all can see it. I'll put it in the comments now. But we have levels from $5 a month, y'all, up to $25. We have some really cool perks, and we have some merch coming soon.
Get ready.
We are ready. So 2021 is not going to hold us back or hold us down. And we're about to keep this train going.
Amen to that.
Okay, if we want to talk about our Sisters in Power of the week, y'all ready to share that?
Yes.
Listen, I got a few that I'd like to share. Well, first of all, let us just talk about the incredible poet laureate, Amanda Gorman. At 22 years old, she was the youngest Black poet ever at the inauguration. Sis spoke an entire world. If we could dare to be it, if we could dare to live it, she just really, what gave me chills about that. Also, when we were talking about the safety and the concerns that we had about the inauguration, it's the safety of all of the people who showed up there. And every time someone stepped to the mic, what struck me was their boldness and their braveness to be there despite all of the violence and the
absolutely.
So just mad love and respect for this sister, Amanda Gorman. I cannot wait to see her star rise. Of course, she reminds us so much of the incredible Carrie Joy. I literally was like, am I watching my sister on TV right now?
I know, right?
That is an honor. That is an honor.
Honey,
big love to her. Oh my
brilliant.
God.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all, she got like 1 million followers in a day, like 1.5 million followers in a day and counting.
And didn't her book like rise to the top seller, you know what I'm saying?
New York Times bestseller
a day. And that's why I'm saying, we got to celebrate with her. And I'm so excited to watch her shine. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also, to think about, a lot of us were very, very sad losing Maya Angelou. And so I remember on the Pulse of Morning, I remember when she first spoke it at the inauguration for Bill Clinton.
Yes.
So to see this now full circle was just beautiful. And it's next generation. It's all of that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It was really a beautiful. I didn't get to watch as much of it as I had wanted. But when I kind of dipped in and out, I was just like, this is going really well. And who mentioned it? I think it might have been Rachel Maddow that said, this is actually kind of cool that in the middle of the pandemic, you were able to see the inauguration in this way. You got to see what past presidents had said. And normally you wouldn't be able to kind of get that like behind the scenes of an inauguration. So I felt like they did it a really beautiful job. And the performance that night, the fireworks, it was just beautiful. I'm like, Trump and his administration could never bring this much class. Now we're going to actually have dope things at the White House again. They weren't having kids out there. They weren't doing anything for Black History Month. Now it just feels like we are more connected to what is going on in the Capitol. And so, not saying that Biden is this perfect politician, but it just felt like, oh man, like this is a really good step in the right freaking direction.
Right, exactly. And also, I'm not here for, I support Biden. I was a Bernie fan, but we'll talk about Bernie in a second. But I will say that, right? The memes, honey, Bernie, anyway. Bernie is just a certain power, so I'm going to talk about it. But I will say that watching it, it gave me hope for our country.
Yes,
and I know
it does.
It's so cheesy and it gave me hope for at least the possibilities of who the frick we say we are. And God dang it, I respect Biden for the diversity in his cabinet, and we'll see what he does in the future.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But other sisters in power. I'm sorry, Michelle Obama is a sister in power, but her entire inauguration outfit was its own sister in power.
Was its own sister in power.
100%.
Sis slayed my life with the side eye and the pantsuit.
Honey,
and the
hair.
belt.
And the eye, the smoky eye with the lashes. We're going to ask our special guest how she felt about Miss Michelle's look. Honey, gave me my entire life. Gave me my entire life. The monochromatic from head to toe.
From head to toe.
The belt.
And shout out to her stylist, Meredith Coop, and the designer that she wore, Sergio Hudson.
Yes.
Listen, people who can dress Black women, tall Black women,
honey,
well, you get all the kudos. All of them.
Freaking-lutely.
Yes. And then I also wanted to honor AOC because I give AOC the ultimate sister in power for sitting out the ceremony. Sis went and did some community work and said, we're going to work with the labor union. And that's what I'm going to do for the inauguration today. And she also said, and I don't trust them mofos. And so that's why I was there. And I'm not even mad. What do you think about that, Carrie? Because I was like, I'm not even mad at you, sis.
You can't even be mad at
not
AOC,
at all.
honey.
Not at all. And that's what I love and respect about her so much. Like she ain't just gonna talk about it, she gonna be about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's go get this work done. And that's where it is. And that's what I've been trying to just remind people, like, yo, let's celebrate. It is important that we celebrate. We have to embrace our joy, live our joy. That is what it is. But at the same time, please don't get complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta make sure we push, just keep pushing, but because there's still so much more to do. And I was telling someone yesterday, like, let's remember that, you know, there are a lot of countries throughout the world that have had female leadership. You know what I mean? Like we got to catch up, actually.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, AOC all day. That's my girl.
Right.
All day.
Last but not least, my honorary sister in power goes to the shadiest of all McShady, Bernie Sanders.
He was like, I'm gonna stop by Joe's thing real quick. You know,
the arms folded with the mittens and that parka.
Right.
Okay. And why Bernie gave me old auntie shade. He gave me old grandmama shade.
He did.
He gave me old Ursher board shade. He was like, I'm here.
Ursher board.
You know, I ain't gotta be here, but I'm gonna sit in the back real quick and
oh my God. Hilarious.
So that's all. Those are my sisters in power and honorary sister in power.
Those memes were giving me life, though. I couldn't get that forever.
The one when he was on the drum set took me out.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, they do not have him on a Yamaha 5-piece kit right now. I am done.
What did somebody say? Somebody said Bernie was what I sent it to Unique. What did it? Oh, it said if we in this together, but stay the fuck away from me was a person.
That's so real.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody said T.O. Bernie wins the inauguration. I know that's right.
Yes, that's hilarious, Candy.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Yep. And Javoki, she did say that, honey.
Yes.
Shout out to Javoki.
What's up? Hey, Candy.
And okay, so then we got to talk about the BANs of the week.
Honey, I don't really have no BAN. I mean, I got one, but I can't say it.
I got one.
Go ahead, Carrie. Who's your BAN? Oh, come on with it.
Listen, okay. So for those of you that don't know, right? Out here in Denver, we have a director of public safety. His name is Murphy Robinson, and that motherfucker is the BAN of the year. Okay.
And of the year
of 2021. He barely got 3 weeks in, bro. You over here acting up. Listen, so let me tell you why. So as a director of public safety, y'all know, you know, this country has been in the business of killing Black and brown lives since its inception. And he is a Black man in America, a former cop. And, you know, last year when everything really blew up and we took to the streets after George Floyd was murdered, there was a commitment from him saying, like, this is the time that we have to sit down and hear from our community about the changes that we need to make when it comes to public safety. there was a community stakeholder group put together, right? And he had a couple of, his employees in that group. He was supposed to be a part of that group consistently. And there came a point in time where he decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and remove ourselves and the entire public safety, like all of the representatives from public safety, because we don't like the direction that this is going. We don't like the fact that we don't have an opportunity to, to really talk about all of the I guess the issues that Blue lives have. Like, this has come up in the conversation, right? Where we're supposed to be talking about what's going on in our BIPOC communities, how, public safety departments are actually killing our people. And instead of listening, like he committed to do, instead of sitting down and recognizing this is a moment where the people that you are supposed to be serving need to be heard, he decided to go ahead and get in his petty high horse and remove himself and no longer commit to working with the people of this community to make, our public safety department better. So he's the BAN of the year. Him and Michael Hancock, y'all can both kiss my ass.
Lord.
Because the lack of respect, you know what I'm saying, for the people that you say you're supposed to serve and that you're supposed to love and you're supposed to protect, I'm not here for it. So that's my BAN.
I just think that's so whack, sis, because it's like there's got to be some accountability. Like if the conversation is that there is significant police brutality against these people in the neighborhood, and y'all say, let's come together and have a community dialogue with the police and the fire department and the people of safety, and you just opt out of that conversation, no, that's not.
And nobody says anything
exactly. That's not okay.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like they don't have to be held accountable. He's protecting his check. You know what I'm saying? And because he's an appointee of the mayor, like he's gonna be protecting his check because he's serving at his pleasure. He's doing what he wants him to do. They're listening to the police union. They're listening to, like there have been so many traumatic conversations that we've had with police departments, and the fact that people have to rehash like their experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like with police brutality over and over and over again, just to convince you that something might need to change. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he has the nerve to say, I was a former officer, but I'm also a Black man in America, and I've been pulled over, and I know good and well if it wasn't for that badge, if it wasn't for that badge, then I wouldn't even be here. So then why are you sitting here refusing to work with the people of your community in order to actually make some real change? You know what I'm saying? So I'm over the bullshit. The leader of of this stakeholder group did go to the media, so it's out there, and we're letting people know what's going on. And when the media reached out to Murphy Robinson and his crew, they didn't have shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they're in the wrong.
Of course not. Right.
So
why is it gotta be a black man?
I don't understand.
Why it gotta be a Black man?
Exactly. And I'm gonna save my BAN because I know we don't have a lot of time, but this is the one thing that I understand about police departments and city departments in general. The amount of money that you have to pay out for settlements for people that you have murdered. But you're more willing to pay that money and to deal with the settlements and all of that than to do the right thing by your community. You're willing to do the work.
To do the actual work.
Those are we're paying your salary, and we are paying when you go ahead and take lives. You know what I'm saying? We're paying out those settlements, even though y'all have a union that you pay into. Why don't they pay it?
Right.
Why does it come out your pocket?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these are the small changes that we're trying to make, fam. Yeah. But he's like, nah, this is not the direction we want to go in. Blah blah blah, whatever.
Rash.
So, you know what? Well, kudos to y'all and the work that you continue to do to fight against this man.
Listen, it shall be done. All right, we're gonna make it happen with or without you, bro.
So he's a BAN.
Right. And my BAN ain't even that special. My BAN is this stupid ass representative Andy Harris, who's a Republican, who actually had the nerve to bring a gun to the Congressional House floor on Thursday. We just said all this stuff and you're trying to make a point, but it goes back to what you're saying, Carrie. It's like you would rather burn the entire system down than to reform it. And that, you'd rather fight to bring your gun into Congress than to really talk about why we need better laws for our citizens overall. Yeah. Like
we need radical change.
Radical change.
Absolutely. And radical for people that, like to think it's something out there. Like, it's honestly sensible change. Like, radical just means we have to go to the root. We have to uproot this shit and replant this shit, because if the roots is rotten, then the fruit are gonna be rotten, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe there's any good cops. You might be a nice person, but like the system that you work for, the system that you protect,
right?
You know what I'm saying, is inherently evil. So
you're right.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's why it pays to know who are on these ballots and who you are voting for and what their stamp in the community is before you check that box.
Hell yeah.
Because you're just going off their word.
Yeah.
And now he has his position. He doesn't need to be loyal.
He don't.
He don't need to be loyal. He can bounce out and nobody's gonna, like you said, like Candy said, there is zero accountability. Like
yeah. But that's why it's beautiful too that we have women of color who are now in power.
And women are always the fire. Everything.
Like Candy said about that. Go ahead, baby. Let them know.
That's right, Candy.
Councilwoman. But that's it. I'll shut up now.
No, mad love and respect for our sisters who are educating us too. We appreciate you letting us know so we can know what to do and what to fight for and you know, educate our folks. So
thank you, sis, for that. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all ready for this special guest?
I'm ready.
Listen, before I even read this bio, I'm just gonna take it back to like 2000. 2003 when I first met this beautiful soul. Asha Campbell is a dear friend of mine. She is an incredible makeup artist, an incredible soul, beautiful, genuine, just all the words that you would use to describe somebody who really means a lot to you. That is definitely Asha Campbell. She did my makeup for my wedding, performed, did all my performance makeup. She's done makeup for Raj. And she, just to see her journey and her growth as not only a beautiful Black woman, but as a now business owner and makeup artist has just been so, so beautiful. And I had to invite my sister on the show. So I'm going to read a little bit of her bio so you guys can get a sense for who Asha is. Asha Campbell, she has always had a love for art, beauty, and helping people. After high school, she attended college and obtained her bachelor's degree in health and exercise science, which launched her career as a health educator. While in the public health field, Asha always kept her love for fashion and makeup at the forefront and was often noticed in the office setting for being trendy and fashionable. This prompted her to turn her passion into a paycheck as she began a career as a freelance makeup artist. This gave her the opportunity to flex both her skills as a creative and an educator simultaneously. She worked for 2 years honing her skills, taking classes, and building clientele while still working in public health. In 2009, Asha took a leap of faith and ended her 8-year career as a health educator to become a full-time entrepreneur makeup artist. The next decade would lead her on the path of highs and lows that come when one embarks on a journey of business ownership and personal evolution. Although there were times when she questioned her decisions, her faith in God and the support from her loving tribe of friends and families always kept her grounded. Asha is an outgoing people person who believes that relationships and true connections with others are the key to success. This mantra has led her to land jobs with major cosmetic brands as one of their most sought after artists. It has also led to her being chosen to adorn some of well-known and celebrity clientele. This includes Kevin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers and his wife, Danielle Jonas, for the reality TV show, actress Anna Maria Harsford, Mona Scott Young, and Yandy Smith of Love and Hip Hop, to name some. In addition to the entertainment world, she takes pride in being able to create beautiful looks on brides and everyday people for other special occasions. Today, you can find Asha managing a boutique for one of the world's leading makeup brands, as well as providing red carpet service to clients with her business partner Joanna Rufino. I can't talk today. Lord.
It's the Tito's, girl.
Jesus. Joanna teamed up in 2012 to establish Favored Beauty, a company passionate about giving every client the preferential star treatment that they deserve. We are so excited to welcome Asha Campbell. Looking all fabulous. I mean, can we take in the beauty?
You're giving me like Cairo realness right now.
Honey, yes.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful seeing you.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
To say anything, Monique, you got me over here like.
I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that you come on the show. One of our biggest things since we've had to kind of pivot in the pandemic is creating space for Black women to share their stories, their business, and you are our Sister Empower, because you can, sip count and mean Sister Empower amongst something else. But you are a Sister Empower, and I had to have you on the show.
Yes,
so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Of course. Before we get started with question of the day from Carrie, we need to know what you're sipping on.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's literally iced tea in my pimp cup.
In your pimp cup.
Yes, iced tea.
Only one man for my pimp. Come on.
And a lime, honey.
And a lime on the side.
Lime. You
with a flourish, darling.
I can't be regular.
Right.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, what's our question of the day, Carrie?
Okay, so this one is an interesting question. All right. So imagine that you are immortal. Okay. You will live forever. The problem is, the only issue is, you have no regenerative ability. So any injuries that you sustain, you keep. How do you go about your day?
Very carefully, darling.
Let's get specific.
Wait,
what you do?
I'm confused. Ask me again.
Wait, run it back one time.
One more time for the people in the back. Listen.
Yes.
So you live forever. You're immortal, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? However, you every injury that you sustain, you keep, because you have no regenerative capabilities, right? Like if you get a cut, you know what I'm saying? The platelets ain't coming in, whatever the case might be. Like, so what do you do to go about your day to protect yourself? Listen, I know.
I know what I would say.
Say it.
Okay, so you remember in Steel Magnolias, right?
Steel Magnolias.
She was the lady that dressed herself in saran wrap. Come on, y'all. Y'all know, y'all gonna remember what was the actress? Now I can't think of her daggum. I think it's Katie.
Which one did that?
Why was I thinking about bubble wrap?
That's what I'm saying. I would have the flyest bubble wrap dress, honey.
Right. The flyest.
Literally.
Listen.
Bubble wrap and lip gloss.
And
what'd you say?
Bubble wrap and lip gloss.
Hey.
Slide
right off, right?
Slide right off. That's a good one.
That's it.
I would be the flyest bubble wrap diva, honey, with a 100%. Bubble wrap bubble. I would just travel around and
you know what I'm saying? 6 feet. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I'm gonna walk around with my 6 feet. I'm gonna be like Bernie Sanders, basically, right? Bubble
wrap. I would have like bubble wrap jumpsuit, bubble wrap pants set.
Honey, yes.
Wrap,
Do a Michelle Obama bubble wrap look, like
colors of the bubble wrap,
Word. Okay.
That was a funny question.
That was.
I love questions. I love questions of the day.
That's it.
All right, let's get into this interview.
Yes, honey.
Now, Asha, first of all, before we get started, you look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Your makeup is flawless.
Thank you so much.
You're super welcome. So tell the folks how you got started. I know we read your bio, but what was it for you and just tell people who Asha Campbell is.
Yes.
So I'm just a girl. No, I'm just kidding. Girl. No. So I think that my love for color and cosmetics and stuff came from when I was real little. I remember going to the toy store with my mom, and I used to see those little sets that had like little fake lipstick in it, and I used to every single time, even though it was fake, I thought it was real. Oh, can you give me that? And she'd be like, no. But I remember always watching her like do her makeup and things like that. And so it always kind of stuck with me, and I always liked gaudy jewelry. And then just as I got a little bit older, it was like, you know, our era back in the 90s, it was more like, it was a little rugged style. So it wasn't so much about the glam at the time. As I transitioned into college age, it became more about like, you know, kind of taking care of your skin, having flawless skin, and like putting on certain staples. So I started learning how to do my own makeup. And that's what kind of sparked my interest. The first thing that really got my attention is when a friend of mine who's a makeup artist named Monica, sorry, not Monique, Monica. She she's awesome. She did our makeup. She did my makeup and another friend of mine makeup. And I remember the color when she put it on, it was like the color looked like what it looked like in the palette is how it went on. And I've never seen that before. I had like, usually when you would buy makeup, it would look like, you know, kind of dull, or it would translate on brown skin. Looked in the palette, and when she did it, I was just like, what? Like, you could actually wear vibrant colors, you know, as a Black girl, you can put on like a green and it looks exactly how it's supposed to look. So that's what really made me fall in love. I was just like, oh my gosh, it was actually a MAC shadow.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. So then I just started to explore it and started started grabbing everybody who I could, started practicing as much makeup as I could. And at that time, I was working in public health. I used to just do my own face every day. I was like, let me just like see where I can go with this. And I just started building a portfolio and offering services to people. And then I was like, oh, you know, people was willing to pay for it. So I was like, okay, like, you know, you can kind of do something with this. I was really fascinated by it. And then it just kind of went from there. It took off from there. Someone suggested, they were like, you should go work for a counter, like a brand. So I applied. I went to the MAC counter. I brought a little portfolio with me, just showing my work. And they literally hired me like right off the bat. Like when for the interview, the hiring manager at the time, I'm still cool with her to this day. I love her. She called me right back for a second interview and then a makeup interview. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how hard it was to get into MAC at that time. Everybody used to be like, oh, it's impossible. Like I've always tried to get into MAC, but it was like, it was meant to be, because it was like boom, 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 3 interviews, hired. And at that time I was still working in public health. So I just went from there. I literally was working in the evenings and weekends doing makeup and working at MAC. And then I was, you know, doing my day job during the day. And that's how I got started.
Wow.
It just literally went from there, like crazy ride.
I love those opportunities that you get, or those moments where other people kind of hold you, you know, try to hold you down, like, oh, this hard, girl, you can't do that, it's impossible. But then you go in and you're like, girl, I got a job at MAC, like, sorry. You know what I mean?
Seriously. It was crazy. I had another interview that same day at another brand, and that brand, it was so whack. Like they had me stand in the entranceway of like the Macy's and like grab people, like pull people. I was like, oh, I was like, please, I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
Right.
And then when it was a no-brainer, when MAC was like, you know, we would like to hire you. I was like, yep, I'll take it.
Right. So talk to us about the transition from working like a kind of a corporate public health job to like, that's job security, honey, like to going to fulfill your passions. And I think each of us kind of, you know, we've been in that boat. So talk to us about how that felt, and, you know, what did you have naysayers? How was your family? Like, how did you feel? And then how did that work out, you know, towards your advantage?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I thought I would have just being in the public health. Oh, hey now. Being in public health and working with people, I was probably the youngest person that at my job at the time. And I definitely did not look like anybody there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stuck out like a sore thumb. But it's funny, when I started kind of like, I thought about it for a long time. And I remember at the time I worked with another young Black woman, and I used to talk about my dream of being a makeup artist and not working there anymore. And one day she said to me, she was like, Asha, she was like, you keep having this conversation with me. She was like, please don't be here again next year having this conversation with me.
Wow.
Like I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, what do you do? You at some point you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta do it. And so every sign in the world, it was like the signs was falling out of the sky, like do it, you know?
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I started slowly telling people, and it was crazy because not one person said, like, what are you doing? Like you shouldn't.
Right.
It was insane. Like I really thought that these people who, you know, were invested in a pension and, you know, working for the government, like it's a government job.
Right.
I thought that they would be like, girl, are you crazy? But nobody discouraged me, which was to me odd. And then I just did it. I set a timeline. I had a certain amount of money that I wanted to put to the side. I did, and I just I did it.
Just flew, girl.
Yeah, I just flew. Yeah. It was crazy, but it was like it's the bravest and the scariest at the same time thing that I've ever done.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. Yes.
Yeah,
you've done some incredible work too, just
incredible
with celebrities. And I was looking at your portfolio. I'm gonna put it up here, but I mean, your company and everything. How did you get to the point where you were now doing your own company?
So with that, so what happened was, at the same time that I was like newly married at the time, I was building my business. Monique will tell you, look at Monique.
What is that?
Yes. Monique will tell you that, you know, I was like doing weddings and things of that nature. And then people around me started helping me out, just being like, okay, you know, hey, you know, like my sister Donna, she's like, I know this lady who she's a designer. She's looking for somebody. She's looking for an artist to come, and you know, she has this music artist that needs makeup, and you know, she wants to meet you. So I met with this designer. She's so dope, Arlinda from Sophista-Funk. I went, like instant connection. You've worn her fashions.
Yes.
Yeah. So instant connection. And she put me onto this artist that, you know, she was styling at the time. And, you know, that's the part where I said it comes down to relationships, because, you know, I had never met her a day in my life. I live all the way down in South Jersey. She lives like way up in North Jersey. It was like a trek and a half to get to where she is.
Right.
I made the sacrifice. Like I used to, anytime she needed me, anytime she needed makeup, I was there. I just availed myself. Was like, you know, I mean, there was times I had to freaking borrow a car. There was times when I had to borrow money for transportation, you know, for gas, you know, to get there. But I just did it. Like I just, you know, made sure that I was always there. And I did the same thing with photographers and just different shows, different, like anything to get the word out there. I really just, I hustled. I did. And sometimes I would be crawling in the house at like 4 a.m, just like coming from like on the turnpike. I used to be driving on the turnpike, talking to myself, like
trying to stay awake.
Just to stay awake. I feel you.
For real.
Girl, yes.
It was crazy, but it was so worth it, because what happened is, you know, people like her, they keep your name in their mouth. And so you know, she happens to have a good friend that's an actress who, you know, I didn't know at the time. I just happened to like roll up on one of her events one day and see this actress, you know, Miss Horsford. I'm like, oh, that's your friend. I'm like, I grew up watching her on TV.
Right.
And I remember one day I connected with her. I had some blue eyeliner on underneath my eyes. And Miss Horsford was like, that is so pretty. I'm gonna have to get you to do my face one day.
I love it.
Yeah, but I was thinking like, sure.
Like,
people say that. Yeah. Right. I was like, okay. She called me like 2 days later, and she had her makeup for headshots that she had to get taken. And I was like, she was the best person. I was like, oh my gosh. And then she remembered me, like she and I made a connection. So then the next time she needed makeup and she was in town, she called me again, and I went up and did her again.
Yes, girl.
Just like being, being yourself, being available, being professional, always being on time.
Mm-hmm.
They really add up, and they help to stretch your name. Your name goes before you after a while. And that's what happened. I really, made some amazing connections. Same thing with Mona Scott Young. I was like really super close with Arlinda at the time. Love and Hip Hop was just like fresh, just it had never aired before at the time. And they were having the premiere party, so Mona needed makeup, and so Arlinda's like, I think I could get you in there. You want to do this makeup? I was like, yes, let me do this. So I went to her. I went to Mona's home, her beautiful home. Met her for the first time to do a test. Did her makeup. And she's like, she's telling Arlinda, like, she's so gentle. Like, she's so, like, she's cool. Like, she like my temperament. You know what I mean? So I didn't come in there, like, all like, oh, trying to act like somebody who I wasn't. I'm just a calm person. And that's who she saw. And she liked it. She liked her face. And she's very outspoken. So she let you know, like, I wear this color, this color, this color. And this.
Don't have me looking.
You know what I mean? Right. I had to make sure I had all of that in my kit.
Yeah.
So she booked me to come back to do her makeup for the premiere party for Love and Hip Hop.
I
didn't even know what a Love and Hip Hop was. It wasn't on TV yet. So I ended up going up there. She invited us to the party. So we went to the party after. And that's when we saw all the cast and everything. And I was like, oh, this is this is cool. It's a reality show that's coming out. But it was crazy. It was like, and then that thing blew. But yeah, she was like super cool, super inviting. I remember a funny story with that. Mona had a little, like, whoever did her hair had burnt her forehead when I did. So it was like it wasn't horrible, but I remember I went in and I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I gotta cover that. And I remember I was like, I airbrushed her makeup. So it's like a spray, it's like real light. And then I went in like last minute with like a little bit of like powder to set it. And I remember in the lighting where we were in her kitchen, it looked like perfect. And then certain light, like when we got out, certain light, when it hit it, you could kind of like see it was reflection. I was like, oh my God, I could see it. I remember, let me tell you, I almost like died. I almost died because I was like, that's your work. And you're like, this is somebody who's super big.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to eat this. I called her the next day. I called her on her personal cell phone. And I was like, Mona, listen, I was reviewing these pictures and there was like a little reflection, and it was something that nobody else probably even freaking
right.
I knew I saw it, and she's like, she didn't even know what I was talking about.
Oh, girl, hallelujah.
Oh, that burn. She's like, she kind of just like let it go so easy.
Yes.
I was like, thank God for just having integrity, because if I would have just like swept it under, like I was all of that, she might have noticed, or she might have thought like, oh, like, it could have ruined their relationship. So
you probably just appreciated the additional care. Like that's just extra customer service. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sis.
Thank
you. I have to show people more of your work because, girl, you are just incredible at what you do.
Thank you.
Got that touch.
That
I wanted to ask you a quick question. This is actually, I'm asking for Candy if she's still watching. What's your favorite mascara? Like, what mascara do you like to work with the most?
Oh my gosh. So This is so bad because okay, I cannot lie. I love this freaking it's Dior show. It's a blend. Oh my gosh, hold
You
on.
making my notes? Hold on a second.
Right.
I was like, hold on, let me.
It's like a fat black tube. It's like $32. And it's I love it. I love that mask. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because I want to tell you the exact one. I think it's called Blackout. That's what it's called. Blackout.
Okay.
Blackout.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that mascara. It's so good.
Can you talk about too your skincare, because every time, girl, your skin just be flawless.
Thank you.
Answer your question about the mascara.
What'd you say? Oh, what'd you say about the mascara?
Oh, Candy said, does it thicken or lengthen?
Oh, it does both. It does both. So I have like naturally puny lashes, real puny, like they're so small, and it really like it pulls them out, and it gives them volume and it gives them length. You'll like it. Try it. But skin, so I have oily skin naturally. So I never knew that oily skin people had to like hydrate your skin. Just like no one ever taught, I didn't know about skin growing up. So I was like, oh, I'm always gonna look young because I got, oily skin. So when I turned like 38, I started noticing like, you need to do something about the skin. And I just started hearing more people say that, you need to hydrate your skin, you need to drink water, all this stuff. So, I started looking into it and I started learning more about skincare. So what I always use is like a good cleanser that doesn't strip your skin. So I use Kiehl's. I love Kiehl's products.
Yes, actually.
I was going to ask you what you thought about Rihanna's new line, but you said you use Kiehl's. So
I heard good stuff about Rihanna's stuff though. I did.
Candy uses it.
Does she?
Yeah.
I like it.
I heard really good stuff. I want to use her. I want to try her toner. The toner. For sure. But right now, I don't know. I use what I know. But the wash I use is called calendula, and it doesn't take like it takes all the dirt and oil off your skin, but it doesn't leave you feeling tight.
Right. Yes.
It feels real super tight after you wash your face. You should still feel some type of movement.
Right.
So I do that, and then I need a good toner. I really haven't been using a toner lately, but I use I'll always use like an oil, a day oil, a night oil. And
okay. I was gonna say, now I need to know about oils though, because vitamin E oil versus vitamin C. Nick does all these products, and I need to know.
I love the face oils too. I love the face oil.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't know exactly. I have to look into what exact oil it is in the day oil I use. They're both from Kiehl's. But they don't leave like a big residue. So like the day oil is like you put it on and then it kind of like dissipates, kind of like goes in. So since I have oily skin, that's good because I don't want to really feel oil on my skin. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I learned that you also have to use like a cream, something that has water in it. So I'll use cream after the oil just to like trap the water into my skin. And then I go into my whatever my makeup routine is for the day. Nothing. When I'm off, I don't wear anything. I just let it breathe.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, I do. I let it breathe. And like just from taking care of my skin and getting facials.
Yes, facials are everything. Everything.
Have you ever tried microdermabrasion?
No, but I want to. I want
to too.
I need one.
Game changer. It's so good. Like it just like lifts all the dead stuff off your skin, and it makes it like leaves like this real radiant layer of skin. Good.
Is microderm the suction thing, or is that something else?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's a suction.
Yeah,
it's a suction and like almost like a rough surface. So it like it pulls the dead skin off and it sucks it off at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
I'm literally making notes like
I was like
microderm, calendula, Kiehl's.
And I just wanted to say real quick, my loves, I do have to bounce. Aisha, it was so beautiful to see you. Enjoy the rest of the show. I love you guys.
Thank you.
We love you. Have a great event, sis.
Bye,
We love
Carrie.
you.
Have a great event.
Thank you.
Listen, Carrie out here going to be great, y'all.
She is, and she didn't want to miss the night, but she has a really dope something that hopefully she'll share with us soon tonight. So
yeah,
nice.
Listen, facials are the jam, but I wanted to know from you, Asha, vitamin E. Like, what vitamins specifically do you think are good for the face, and also how do you deal with discolorations? Those two things, and then I'm gonna shut up.
I've literally always been. I've always been told that vitamin C is the one. Like vitamin C, stuff that has that in it, it helps to get rid of any type of hyperpigmentation. It helps to turn your cells over easier. But if you can find one that has C and E in it, there's this one that has vitamin C, E, and ferulic acid in it. It's like expensive.
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna send you the name of it.
Okay.
A bomb. It's this good face stuff. It has all three in it, and it really like gets your skin to keep turning over quicker to get those. Yeah, it's great.
And I had to show you. I just had to show this little flashback that I found right quick. Hold on a second, if I get it right. Let me see. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. This is the one right here. Okay, can you see?
No. Hold on.
Oh, you can't see?
Oh, wait.
No, it didn't do it. Y'all know I ain't technically savvy, but I had to pull this one out because this is from when we got our makeup done. One time we had a gig meet.
Yes.
When we went to Firehouse.
Where is it? I don't see it. I mean, I shared it, but
hold on. No,
okay, we're going to find it. We're going to find it.
I'm going to get it so y'all can see it. Hold on. I'm making a mistake. Y'all know, listen, we're going to get a producer up in here one day.
Yeah. I remember. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Can we talk about the baby faces, y'all?
Oh.
This is actually when we first met, right?
I love y'all.
First year.
This is when we first met. Yes, 2010. And I was like, you gotta meet my makeup artist.
Y'all look like two models from a magazine cover. Like,
honey, you made us look.
So,
yes.
Just
y'all look like sisters. Like y'all's like, I love that.
I would always be like, I got the person who's gonna do your faces. Trust me, and always you slayed it.
I know you guys always do, and I appreciate you so much. I'm always like, thank you for the referrals, thank you for
of course. To this day, I've had so many people, do my face if I was here or there, and literally no one has been like Asha. I feel like something that you do so beautifully well is that you're not trying to do a copy paste on every face.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of makeup artists this day, they see the trends, which we're going to ask you a question about these trends, honey.
Right.
Okay, honey. Let's get at it.
But before I ask that, this is one thing that I love. She is tailoring a look to you. I love that you prep the skin. You care about the skin, and you're not trying to do this Instagram face on every single person like a copy paste. You care about my skin. You know the products that you use, and it's always such a natural look, but beat, honey, but beat.
Yes.
I never feel like I don't look like me. I feel like it's just me glamorized and just every time. There was a thing I used to do every time Asha would do my makeup. Do you
Right.
I would go in her bathroom and look at it and put my hands and start jumping like it always made me just feel so beautiful. And I could never replicate it. Even to this day, I feel like I could do my makeup okay. But honey, when Asha lays them brushes on your face, it's just a transformation. And she's so gentle. I'm like, what is she doing? I can't even feel that she did all that. Yeah. And you look in the mirror and you're like, But I think that's like the joy of being a makeup artist. It's like you're just enhancing beauty. And I think with these makeup trends, that there's been a little bit of like, because you've been doing my face so long that when I started kind of seeing these trends come out, I'm like, that ain't how Asha used to do my makeup. Like, I don't know what y'all doing over here.
Exactly.
And also, I have to shout out Ashley, your sister. I love Ashley. She's in the comments. Ashley King. Also,
that's my baby.
Beautiful woman, beautiful makeup artist as well. So I did want to shout you out, Ashley.
Yes, Ashley.
But I wanted to ask you about the makeup trends. Like, what are some of your favorite trends? And then what are some of the ones that you've seen that you're like, oh no?
Okay. I will say this, for the purposes of Instagram and posting, and even like those pictures of me that you just showed, that is not makeup I would ever walk down the street with it on. And honestly, when I put it on, I feel like a D fool. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's so much.
It's a look though. Yeah,
like it's great for a photo, or like, just to showcase like colors and how you want to layer colors on and stuff like that. But for real life, I just don't recommend it. Like, it just doesn't, like, for me, when I look at myself and like after I've done all that, I'm like, girl, like it's just too much makeup. I will say that a lot of times what people do and what you see on Instagram is it's like makeup that has to be translated to a flat surface, which is like a screen, and so it has to go further. You know what I mean? Anything that you or I would wear in real life. So I think that that's where the lines have become very, very blurred, and just with like young people and people who follow social media and stuff like that, they look at it and they feel like, oh, like that's it. Like, this is what I want to, like, I mean, myself, like, that, like all that, like blue and pink and purple and stuff like that. If I was to go to a bride and she wanted that, I would be thinking like, girl, no, you're not. Like
I will say one of the things that I love about you though is that you put color on faces in a way that you wouldn't expect, and it looked so good. I never had anybody put pink eyeshadow on me and it looked as banging as you made it look.
Thank you. Yeah, I do love. I feel like we can hold color so well. Oh my God. So our skin tone, just like having melanin in our skin and stuff, when you put color on us, it just does something magical. It's beautiful. And we never thought, back in the day, we didn't think that we could do that,
Right.
We had to wear like, neutrals all the time. But so I love a good like wash of color. I love to just play on people's natural features. You guys are my muses, so I love doing I love just enhancing your natural beauty. But I mean, I ain't gonna hate on the trends. The trends are the trends. I think that people definitely create trends. A lot of trends are born out of probably someone's boredom, or someone like a lot of likes or something like that, and then it just catches on. Or to them, like you just made something that turned into something that you didn't even intend for it to be.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's for us to start doing in our everyday makeup routines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I could do without your 15-mile lashes. I could do without, like, I can't even see your eyes. It's just like
exactly. Exactly. It's funny too, because when I came into the industry, it was so different. It was like the industry was more like we were the experts, and people just wanted to, they wanted to a version of what they saw on us, like them. And now it's these, it's more like YouTube and Instagram, and that's where we go. We all go there. I mean, to be honest, that's where we go to get inspiration, to learn something. So when we go there, there's no limit to, what's out there. So it's just like, you're kind of subject to what's out there. So when you go and explore, there's everything. And in order for it to like really look strong or good or get comments, it has to be extra a lot of times.
I have a kind of tricky question, and Nick, I don't know if you're gonna side on me on this one because I'm gonna take a little diversion. But as a makeup artist of color, and I know you've worked in some top cosmetology houses. I won't say any names, but I'm sure you've been in some really interesting places. How has your experience been as an artist of color, like in the higher echelon? Have you experienced racism in those places? And how do you, or if not, what has been your experience kind of maybe trailblazing in some areas? Just all of that, I wanted to know.
That's good. That's a really good question. So just being in that environment, I definitely feel like I think I've seen kind of the gamut. Like I've seen growth, a lot of growth, like just from put it this way, when I first entered into into a company, a makeup company, the thing that really caught me was the fact that it was diverse and that catered to women of color, like all of the foundation shades. I could a foundation shade for anybody, like, and be able to match her with confidence.
Yeah,
and that's what drew me to the company. I will say that there have been other companies that I, didn't work for where I fell in love with like a particular formula of, of makeup, and the color range wasn't there. And the people that were doing the hiring and stuff were kind of honest with me. They were like, we don't have a clientele of, women of color. And they were know that. So I have seen that. As far as like racism, I don't know. I feel like people for the most part are open-minded in the settings that I've been in. As far as like just kind of like just even like what's going on right now.
Like
everything that has happened over the past year and stuff. I feel like the company that I work for now, they're like, what can we do? What can we do better? What do we do well? What are we in the boat with? And what can we do better? And I gotta respect that, because if you don't have representation in certain areas, you're not gonna know. Like if you don't have people sitting at your table, you're not gonna know these answers. So I appreciate them opening up that dialogue and saying to us, like, how can we make this a better relationship, or how can we, create the diversity that we need? If we don't have it. So I have had really good experiences, thank God.
That's great. That's great.
It's good.
And I think that cosmetology can be a lot like theater. Like there is a lot of diversity. Obviously, we're all in the arts. You have to cater to people of color, which is good. And I'm glad to hear that you've had that good experience too. So I have some other questions, but I'll wait. Go ahead, Nick.
The question that I have for you is, with the pandemic and where we've been at for almost the past year, how has the pandemic and quarantine affected your business?
Yeah.
Like I know each industry has been hit, a certain way. So I wanted to know what has that looked like for you, and what ways have you been able to kind of pivot to make things work for you?
So with that, thankfully, so in the beginning when the pandemic first started, I'm a boutique manager. So our company was kind of like scrambling, like, what do we do? And we shut down for a number of months. Thankfully, so even though I have my own business, I was able to transition into a position that is full-time, and I had benefits. So I do want to throw that out there, because it's not the same as someone who relies completely on their self, or, their bread and butter.
Right.
So having said that, thankfully I was in a position where we were able to keep our jobs, and the company was great, because they created a way for everybody to kind of just work from home and just and just offer all like online services and virtual services. So I fully, like during the whole pandemic, was fully paid. Everything was great. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah. Still had benefits, everything. But of course, like my business side of it, there was no bit, like you couldn't touch anybody, you couldn't go near anybody. So that portion of it had to take a little bit of a, slow down. But thankfully, as soon as everything started to open back up, we were able to start accepting appointments again and reconvene. Yeah. So we did weddings, right. Like we started doing weddings in the summer again.
That's great.
And actually it got busy. Like, I think people were just like, oh, we need
we need.
Yeah, if we live in Jersey, we would be like, we have to be on this trip. We need you to do our face.
Yeah. Ashley has been like crazy busy. Like, she's been busy.
I love it.
I mean, I'm like, you're doing more makeup now, I feel like, than we like during the week. People are like Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, people are getting up.
Yeah.
People are tired of being in the house.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So thankfully, I've been super duper blessed. We were stuck in the house. We had to figure out creative ways to reach people. Had to Zoom classes and stuff like that. Which, oh my gosh, which is a challenge in and of itself because people don't know how to light themselves. Which why would they? I mean,
right.
So, and then we had to figure out ways to get people to be able to like just shop online instead of with etc.
Right.
But thankfully, very very blessed during the pandemic.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm hoping that things stay that way.
Girl, and I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will. Absolutely.
And I don't know about you, and maybe this is gonna sound a little surface, but sis, just to be able to beat your face and get beautiful during this quarantine time can be such a treasure. So I can imagine that you are really providing such not just a service, but a healing to sisters who need a moment of beauty, girl.
So thank you. Yes.
Things that we took for granted. Yeah. Things that we took for granted. Like you don't even realize the power of like what that does for your soul.
It does. It brings you up. It really does.
It really does.
I feel the same way with like any services that I wasn't able to get, like, just a pedicure or something like that.
Right.
When you're able to do it again, it's like.
I might have to sneak and get me one. I was just thinking, I was saying to Ryan yesterday, I don't think I've had my hair done since 2019. Like, I've done my own hair. It's like just to be able to do those things. But we're alive, and amen.
Amen.
Alive.
Glory.
And well. Exactly. I know Raj had another question for you, and then we have a quick little rapid fire for you.
Yes. My question is, who is the celebrity whose face you want to be? Like, who is your ultimate, like, I need to put my hands on this person?
Oh my gosh.
It could be more than one too, but like, who's your ultimate?
Okay. So Beyonce.
Yes. Of course.
And Michelle Obama.
Yes. What did you think about her look, honey?
Oh my gosh. So beautiful. I loved it. I loved the whole thing, head to toe. Her hair just like laid. It's like she had the wind machine.
Yes.
She had little smoky eyes.
A little air of Fawcett, honey.
She was laid. I was like, get it, girl. Loved her.
Girl, the pantsuit did it for me, and the belt. I was like,
the belt.
Right?
The belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She's so tall and like, they styled her correct. I was like, whoever did that,
color, everything,
killed it.
Also, I feel like she had the walk of like, I have been through all of this madness here, and I'm still slaying it, and I can still walk up in here after that mess has come and gone, and still be the queen of the first ladies.
Yes, and her confidence. I was like, oh my gosh. You could just feel like when she connected eyes with Kamala, it was just like,
yes,
girl,
power.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Yes, girl. I love it.
They had a whole conversation.
Whole thing.
Right.
They had a whole conversation.
Yep. Love it.
Nick was talking about, her face was beat because just over the mask, even her eyes were just flawless, honey.
Yes. Smoke
I was like, I want to see
situation.
my whole face. But
I
this
know,
mask.
right? I know, right?
I do have a question about the mask. What
Yes.
tips do you have?
Oh, yes.
Wearing makeup with a mask on.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I have it here.
We need like Asha's 5 mask tips. Oh. Okay. What is that? What is that?
I saw somebody have that on and I didn't know what that was.
One of my shout out to Tia, my bride Tia. She gave me she ordered this for her bridesmaids when she's getting married.
Yeah.
So you put this here.
Mm-hmm.
You just fix it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right over top of it, and you can still talk. You can still have full movement of your lips.
Ooh, and it doesn't mess with your lipstick.
Yeah. Now, of course, it prints on your foundation a little bit here, but I don't care.
Not like how it just be all over the mask.
Right. Yeah, these are cool. Like I think you could just order them online, and they come.
Okay.
What's it called? Do you know the name of what it's?
Child.
I know.
Don't give me the lion. Hold on.
Well, if you send us the link, we'll put it in the chat later.
Yes,
y'all.
we definitely will.
I will.
We got you, Kenny. We're gonna post a link. We're gonna figure out where it is. Probably on Amazon, and we'll post a link.
Now that I talked about it, it's gonna be on all of y'all pages. Right. You notice that how you get ads for crap?
Yes. Girl, they watch
I'm like, what?
They're out here watching us.
Yep.
Facebook can do all that, but they can't find the people who did the Capitol insurrection. Like, come
Honey.
on. Anyway, we ain't going there. We ain't going there.
Inside job, but okay.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
First one, liquid foundation or powder?
Liquid.
Ooh, still.
Yes. Okay.
I love. Okay. What's your favorite foundation? Sorry, Nick.
Yes. Favorite foundation.
Makeup Forever Matte Velvet.
Ooh.
Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. Write it down, Raj. Write it down.
You see me?
24-hour wear.
24-hour
wear. It's waterproof.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes in liquid and powder. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pores. So it's so dope. It comes in a lot of shades. It has a shade for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All of us. Okay.
Yeah.
Makeup Forever. Okay. Y'all taking notes? Come on now.
Exactly. Magnetic or adhesive lashes?
Adhesive.
Your favorite lashes?
I haven't gotten to the magnetic yet.
I haven't tried them yet. I know Raj messes with them a little bit.
I did. And you know what? I really love them. But the problem is the liner getting it off my eye. I love the concept. And then when it's time to remove the liner, the metals that they put in it to make it magnetic, I feel like it takes forever to get it off, to the point where I felt like I was rubbing my skin. I went back to adhesive. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was afraid of the metal. That's the part that scared me because when I used to work for MAC, they came out with this magnetic shadow one time. And it didn't do what a lot of people were having, like skin irritation from it. And I was like, it scared me. Yeah. So it scares me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the adhesive isn't the best either, but like, how do you get it off? What's the best way, so you don't damage your lashes?
Yeah. I'll get it off your lashes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the adhesive, it becomes gummy once it dries. So you can literally just like pull it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the best way to put it on, when you put it on the band, just like take a break, like let it sit, let it marinate for a little bit. Go watching it. Go do something else, because if it's if it's still wet, that's when it does that slippy slide.
Sliding. Okay.
So it needs to be not just a little tacky. It needs to be like tacky, like
tacky.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can just put it right on. It's easy.
Yeah. And Lucy said, "Hi, Lucy. Lucy's in here tuning in.
Hey, Lucy."
Lucy was wondering about the magnetic, and then Francine said magnetic is not safe at all. You know what? Honestly, y'all, I have really tried to give magnetic lashes the business, because when I'm doing musical theater and I have to wear lashes every night, like the adhesive just started to get to be a lot.
Too much.
Yeah. taking off that magnetic stuff, I just can't do it. So it's, I'm gonna have to go back to that. But
I want to try the magnetic with the liner because I feel like it's something different. I do want to try it, but right now I'm still with the regular.
With the adhesive.
The tried and true, honey. Some things just don't need to be
just right. All right, next question. Vacation time with your sisters. Where are you going?
Dubai.
Ooh, yes.
Right?
Yes. We have yacht life or what, yo? I'm over it.
Let's go.
Yacht life.
We need the sip yacht.
Yes, the sip yacht. Listen, we're gonna speak that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm all about yacht life. All about. All right, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
What cosmetic store do you shop at the most?
Makeup Forever.
Hey,
King of Prussia Mall, baby.
Okay, come on. Mall, yes. All my
New
Jersey people.
Okay, baby. Come on, come through.
Brown or clear liquor, but you don't drink, right?
Not really, but clear.
Clear. Okay. Where would you go to be invisible?
Oh my gosh.
or if you were invisible, like where would you sneak into? Where would you
Where would you sneak if you were invisible? Yeah.
Oh, where they make the money in the mint, in the money printing place.
Right. I'm going to the money. That's
where the money resides, honey. Where the money resides. Where the money resides.
And on that note, where the money resides.
Money resides. Money resides.
Homeboy was having dinner with Super. I was cracking up.
I did it. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Asha.
Thank you.
Everybody go follow Asha on Instagram. She's at Asha_Tennille. I will post it here. Thank you so much for being here. We salute you this week as our sister in power.
Yes. From now on, your name is going to be Asha, where the money resides.
Campbell. Yes. If you're watching and you're on the East Coast and you ever need any makeup services, please. And if you're not in the East Coast, she will travel and meet you where you at, boo. So book her. And we're just so honored that you came on the show today, Asha. Thank you so much. We're so proud of you. We salute you. And we just want, your future to be big and bright. And we keep, we'll keep praying that everything that you want in this life will come true.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And thanks everybody for watching. What'd you say, Asha? Of course. I said
thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you to everybody who's watching. Don't forget to visit us at www.thesippodcast.com.
Yes.
Please head on over to our Instagram. It's @thesip_podcast. Follow us. We got some big things coming up. Next week, we're going to have amazing poet Kenya Mahogany Fashaw on the show. So you guys have a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Take care, y'all.